The wait is almost over. Apple's September 2025 event is right around the corner, and excitement has never been higher. Every year, we hear leaks and whispers about what's coming. But this year feels different. The iPhone 17 lineup is shaping up to be one of the most important launches Apple has ever prepared. Out of all the models, whether it's the standard iPhone 17, the iPhone 17 Pro, or even the brand new iPhone 17 Air, one device is stealing all the attention. That device is the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Why is it so special? Because this phone is rumored to bring some of the biggest hardware upgrades we have ever seen in an iPhone. Not small tweaks, not minor design changes, but major leaps forward in battery life, internal layout, materials, display, and even cameras. It's the model expected to push Apple's engineering to new limits. And if the leaks are true, the iPhone 17 Pro Max might finally address some of the biggest requests users have been making for years. Let's start with the headline-grabbing change, the battery. The battery breakthrough. For years, Apple users have asked for better battery life. While Android phones often boasted huge capacities, iPhones remained smaller, relying on efficiency rather than raw size. That strategy worked well in many cases, but it also left heavy users frustrated. People who game, shoot video, or spend their days on 5G networks wanted more. Now, Apple seems ready to finally deliver. According to multiple reports, the iPhone 17 Pro Max will cross the 5,000 mAh mark. This would make it the largest battery ever in an iPhone. To put that into perspective, the iPhone 15 Pro Max was around 4,422 mAh. The iPhone 16 Pro Max climbed slightly higher to around 4,676 mAh. But now, the iPhone 17 Pro Max could hit a full 5,000 mAh. That's an increase of nearly 600 mAh in just 2 years. For Apple, which usually takes a more conservative approach to battery upgrades, this is massive. But the number alone is only part of the story. Battery life is not just about capacity. It's about how the phone uses that energy. Apple's chips have always been leaders in efficiency. Pair that with iOS 19 smarter power management, and the result could be impressive. Early reports suggest the iPhone 17 Pro Max might last up to 2 full days on a single charge. Imagine that. No more stressing about your phone dying before the end of the day. For professionals, content creators, and anyone who pushes their phone to the limit, this would be a dream come true. Longer battery life means more filming, more gaming, more streaming, and fewer interruptions. And it also means Apple is ready to compete head-to-head with rivals like Samsung's Galaxy S25 Ultra, which also carries a massive battery. Internal redesign, making space for more. How did Apple manage to fit such a large battery into the same-sized phone? The answer lies in a redesigned internal structure. Leak schematics show that Apple has re-engineered the inside of the iPhone 17 Pro Max. The logic board, which is basically the brain of the phone, is now more compact. The upcoming A19 Pro chip is smaller and more efficient than the one before it. Apple is also using L-shaped battery modules with stronger casing and welded edges. That might sound technical, but it really means the battery is better protected and can be repaired more easily. Even the adhesive, the sticky material that holds components together, has been redesigned to allow simpler repairs. Another interesting detail is how Apple adjusts the design depending on the region. In the United States, iPhones no longer include a physical SIM card slot. Everything runs on eSIM. That frees up space inside the phone. Apple has used that space to fit in a slightly larger battery. In markets like China, where physical SIM trays are still needed, the layout is a little different. But even then, the phone is expected to cross the 5,000 mAh threshold. So the larger battery is not just brute force. It's the result of careful engineering and thoughtful design. Charging rumors, Apple's cautious path. Now, let's talk about charging. This is where opinions often split. On the Android side, we see phones with 65-watt, 100-watt, or even 120-watt charging speeds. These phones can go from 0 to full in less than half an hour. Apple, on the other hand, has always been more conservative. The iPhone 16 Pro Max capped out around 27 watts with fast charging. What about the iPhone 17 Pro Max? Leaks. Guessed Apple may not dramatically increase raw charging wattage. Instead, the focus will likely be on efficiency, thermal management, and battery health. Apple's philosophy is clear. They would rather your battery last years without degradation than give you the fastest charge possible. That can be frustrating for some users who want speed. But the trade-off is longevity. That doesn't mean there won't be improvements. Rumors point to faster wireless MagSafe charging, possibly up to 15 watts or more. Reverse wireless charging could finally arrive, allowing you to top up your AirPods or Apple Watch just by placing them on the back of your phone. And with iOS 19, smarter battery management tools could give users more control. For example, you might be able to set charging limits to preserve long-term health or adjust charging speed, depending on your routine. So while Apple won't race Android in raw numbers, they will still bring meaningful changes that improve real-world use. Stronger, lighter design. The iPhone 17 Pro Max isn't just about what's inside. It's also about how it feels in your hand. Apple is rumored to switch materials once again. After using titanium alloy in the iPhone 15 and 16 Pro Max, the company is now moving to a titanium composite. This new material is said to be just as strong but lighter. Why does this matter? Because the iPhone 17 Pro Max will carry a bigger battery, which naturally adds weight. Apple knows people don't want a heavy, uncomfortable phone. By shifting to a lighter material, they offset the battery's weight. That means the iPhone 17 Pro Max could actually feel lighter than the iPhone 16 Pro Max, despite having more inside. The design is also expected to feature slimmer bezels, giving the phone an almost edge-to-edge display. Combine that with a possible new finish. Rumors mention a dark chrome titanium option, and you've got a phone that looks sleek and futuristic while staying practical for daily use. Display, brighter, smarter, more efficient. Apple's displays have always been among the best, and the iPhone 17 Pro Max is no exception. This time, leaks point to a new Super Retina XDR Pro display. It will continue to use LTPO OLED technology, allowing refresh rates to scale from as low as 1 Hz for always-on display to 120 Hz for smooth scrolling and gaming. But the real leap is in brightness. The iPhone 17 Pro Max may exceed 3,000 nits peak brightness. That would make it the brightest iPhone display ever. For outdoor use in direct sunlight, that's a game changer. At the same time, the display will be more power efficient. Thanks to improved OLED materials, the phone will use less energy even as it delivers more brightness. Combine this with the larger battery, and the iPhone 17 Pro Max becomes one of the best devices for watching videos, gaming, editing, or just scrolling all day. Camera upgrades, refining the system. Of course, no iPhone launch is complete without camera upgrades. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is expected to refine an already powerful system. The main camera will likely remain at 48 megapixels, but with better low-light performance. Rumors suggest a new 6x periscope telephoto lens will be exclusive to the Pro Max model, giving it unmatched zoom capabilities. The ultra-wide lens will also see improvements, producing sharper shots in both daylight and at night. But the biggest advancements may not come from hardware alone. With iOS 19 and the A19 Pro chip, computational photography is expected to take another leap forward. AI-powered tools will help capture better portraits, enhance night mode, and even assist in editing. Video capabilities are also rumored to expand to 8K recording, catering to professionals and content creators. For everyday users, this means sharper photos, clearer zoom shots, and smarter tools that make capturing the moment easier. A 19 Pro chip and iOS 19, intelligence in your pocket. Hardware is only half the story. The other half is software. The iPhone 17 Pro Max will ship with iOS 19 and the new A19 Pro chip. The chip itself is expected to be built on a 3nm plus process. That makes it smaller, more efficient, and more powerful than ever before. Reports suggest energy efficiency could improve by up to 20% compared to the previous generation. That means faster performance without draining the battery. AI and machine learning will be at the heart of the experience. Real-time language translation, smarter Siri interactions, predictive features, and enhanced graphics performance will all be powered by the A19 Pro. Apple wants this phone to feel like more than just a smartphone. They want it to feel like a pocket-sized AI computer. Gamers will also benefit. The graphics boost will make the iPhone 17 Pro Max a serious competitor to handheld consoles. Combine that with a brighter display and larger battery, and mobile gaming becomes a core strength of this phone. Release date and pricing. When can you get it? Based on Apple's usual schedule, the iPhone 17 Pro Max is expected to launch on September 9th, 2025. Pre-orders will likely open just a few days later, with shipping beginning by mid-September. As for price, expect it to remain Apple's most expensive model for now. The base price is rumored to start around $1,199 and climb higher, depending on storage. With a 1 terabyte option available, some configurations may reach well over $1,599. Apple may also save the rumored Ultra model for 2026, which would sit even higher. Closing thoughts for Section 1. So what do we have so far? The iPhone 17 Pro Max is shaping up to be Apple's most advanced phone ever. It's bringing a record-breaking 5,000 milliamp hours battery, a redesigned internal structure for better efficiency, smarter charging features, even if not the fastest, a stronger yet lighter titanium composite frame, slimmer bezels, and new finishes for a premium design, a brighter Super Retina XDR Pro display with record peak brightness, camera upgrades including a periscope zoom lens, the A19 Pro chip paired with iOS 19 for unmatched AI and performance. This is not just another yearly refresh. If the leaks are correct, the iPhone 17 Pro Max could redefine what we expect from a flagship phone in 2025. For users still holding on to older models like the iPhone 14 or 15, this may finally be the upgrade worth waiting for. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is not just another iPhone. It represents Apple's strategy to leap forward and reclaim leadership in areas where it has sometimes lagged behind. To understand how big this upgrade really is, we need to compare it to the competition, explore what it means for real users, and imagine how these features could shape the next few years of smartphone technology. Head-to-head with Android flagships. For years, Apple and Samsung have battled for dominance at the high end of the smartphone market. Recently, Google has also joined that race with its Pixel line. In 2025, the competition is tougher than ever. Samsung is preparing its Galaxy S25 Ultra, while Google is readying the Pixel 10 Pro Max. Both of those devices are expected to be powerful, feature-packed, and aggressive in pricing. So where does the iPhone 17 Pro Max stand? Start with the battery. Samsung's Galaxy S25 Ultra is rumored to also carry a 5,000 mAh cell. For once, Apple is matching Android on raw capacity. This is a big shift. In the past, iPhones often had much smaller batteries. Now, the playing field is level. Add in Apple's efficiency with the A19 Pro chip and iOS 19, and the iPhone may even last longer on a single charge than its rivals. Cameras are another area of comparison. The Galaxy S25 Ultra is expected to push zoom capabilities even further. Google's Pixel 10 Pro Max will likely focus on AI-powered computational photography. Apple's answer is refinement plus exclusivity. By keeping the 6x periscope zoom lens only for the Pro Max model, Apple ensures that this phone has something special you can't get in the standard versions. Combined with iOS 19's smarter photography tools, the Pro Max can challenge both Samsung and Google on quality. Displays will be a close race too. Samsung always leads in raw brightness, but Apple's rumored 3,000 nits peak puts it right at the top. Combine that with Apple's focus on accuracy and efficiency, and the iPhone 17 Pro Max display will not just be bright, it will be reliable for professionals editing photos and videos on the go. Performance is Apple's traditional stronghold. The A19 Pro chip will likely remain the most powerful smartphone processor in 2025. Benchmarks will confirm this. But Apple's integration of hardware and software usually guarantees smooth performance for years. That's an area where Android often struggles. Great power at launch, but less optimization over time. In short, the iPhone 17 Pro Max is designed to go head-to-head with Samsung and Google. Apple knows the competition is strong, but by focusing on efficiency, design, and ecosystem integration, the Pro Max has the tools to stand out.